Now we are live. Here we go. Hi,
Yay.
good to see you all. It's like it frustrates me when I'm on the phone because I can't see everybody.
Yeah, do you need to share anything?
I'm not gonna share anything.
Okay, great. That makes it easy too, then as far as hosting and stuff. Well, I'll introduce you just super quick. Sounds like everyone knows you, but I want Jackie to tell her story, but you guys know I'm incredibly picky who I would allow into our team space. She's incredibly inspiring to me. Not only like her stats, obviously, quick, fastest executive boss, but really how she shows up for her team, community culture, working her personal business. Anytime she speaks, I feel like I learn something. So, and what you definitely see is her leaders, like it's duplication of leadership, which comes down to the culture. So I'm really excited that she's here to talk to all of us. I sent her in your questions, and so I'm just going to go ahead and stop myself and highlight you, and you have the floor.
Wow. First of all, thank you for that declaration of executive boss. Yes, it's working. It's coming. It's coming soon.
Close
But,
enough.
but yeah.
Boss, first boss.
Thank you. We're working on that as well. Well, thank you so much, Brittany. I also I'm very drawn by energy, and you have such an amazing energy since the very first time I met you. Um, I honestly, my biggest goal is to make everyone feel welcome. We want everyone to know that we are family, and whether we're in the same team or not, it makes me so happy to see you win, to see everybody win. The more people win, the better for all of us. So it's that culture that we have been creating within the team that has allowed us to create that very united team effort that's translated into amazing results. So I wanted to say that I'm very honored to be here, and congratulations to all of you who actually earned this call. You are, I call that the vertebrate. Is that the column? I don't know how to say that in English, but yeah. Bear my English, okay? I am gonna do my very best.
Backbone,
Um,
and you do a great job.
thank you so much. Okay, so I'm gonna ask for anyone who can turn on their cameras to please do so. Only because I would like to see you guys. I would like to kind of see the faces, and then when we see each other somewhere, we can, hi, hey, I remember you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ashley. Okay, so aging sucks. I'm 46 and I can't see anything. I'm gonna put my glasses on. People think I'm wearing glasses because I'm cool. I just can't see anything. All right. So now I can see your names. There you go. Ashley, hi. So the very first thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the fact I'm not sure what's your background. Well, I kind of know what Brittany has shared with us from before. I don't know where you come from, but I do want to tell you a little bit about where I come from. I was a chef before joining my first MLM company. I had never sold anything in my life. I was one of those haters of the industry. I would block any person who would come up to me to try to sell me something from an MLM. I'm like, oh no, my God. It was that bad. So when the person that introduced me to this opportunity talked to me about it, I'm like, you lost your mind. I would never do that. You're crazy. I was in denial. I was like, this is not up my level. My level was the fact that I was broke. I wasn't broke. I was making money, but I was not making enough money to sustain the lifestyle that I had. And I did not have enough money to take care of my father, who was just recently diagnosed with cancer at the time. So that was a reality check. And that actually helped me make that decision because I was in complete denial. I'm like, I'm never joining. I felt so embarrassed just to say that I was selling something from an MLM. I was like, I can't see myself doing that. I am so happy. I'm so glad that I did not let those thoughts stop me from making that decision. And I know I read some of the questions you asked me, and I remember you said, let me read it because I want to pay homage to you guys. One of the questions you said, if you were starting your pharmacy business today, what would you do in your first 30 days? So I'm going to tell you what I did when I first joined. No experience, nothing. I didn't know anything about the industry. I didn't know anything about hair because I was selling shampoo before. I didn't know anything about MLM or leadership or none of that. So the first thing I did was I read a book about network marketing. I'm like, okay, I need to understand what this industry is all about, right? And I think I got more confused after I read it. So the only one thing that I regret not doing from day one, which is what I would do if I was starting right now, was taking it seriously from day one, like giving it my very best from day one. It took me a while to convince myself to break all these limiting beliefs that I was going to be good at doing this. That's the only thing that would change. Everything else that I did, I would highly recommend you to do. Learn about your industry, learn about your products, learn about your company, and be willing to put yourself in an uncomfortable position. We are so used to be we're it's not that we're used to. It's just it's so easy to stay in your comfort zone. It's so simple to just stay there because that's where you feel good. That's what you've known your whole life. When you decide to do something different, when you tell your mind, okay, let's go this route. I'm like, no, it'll automatically steer you in the other direction. No, 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 that's dangerous. You don't know that. That's something biologically, like we are wired that way, right? So that it'll protect us from the unknown, like from the dangers of life. However, wherever you feel that fear, that's exactly where you should go. Push yourself to go that way. So yeah, I would say definitely contact every single person that you know. It's not about the person you know, it's about the people they know. I learned that the hard way, but I also remember because I read that GoPro book from Eric Worre. The very first day I did, I was like, okay, I listened. I didn't even have the skills developed to read. I only had a book on my nightstand to fall asleep. That's how much I read. Never. So I'm like, all right, this is a challenge. I have to read a book. Oh God. Okay, so let me listen to it. So I listened to it in 3 hours, and I took notes. And one of the things he said was make a list of 100 people. I'm like, damn, 100 people. Okay, I'm going to start my list. And I started writing down that list. I did 100, I wrote down 100 people. It took me like 3 days to do the freaking list. And then when I was like about around 30, all 30 had said no. And I was like, oh my God. And the top 30 were the ones I thought were for sure. I'm like, okay, so these are my for sure. The other ones, who knows? We'll see. So in my first month, I joined October 10th, I remember, of 2019, my previous company. And at the end of that month, I had recruited 10 people. From that 100 list, I recruited 10 people. So it took me 90 no's to get 10 people from my hot list. So it wasn't like me throwing out no's from my hot list. I understand the reason why they said no. I had no clue of what I was saying. I was just vomiting information. I'm pretty sure that I'd said all the wrong things, but I still put myself out there. It took me, and that's because it took me about 15 days to actually take that first step. I was so scared. That's why I said I should have done that from day one. But that that did not happen the second time around when I decided to join Farmasi on July 1st of 2024 last year. I went all in since day one. There was no one stopping me from making this the best opportunity of my life. I was so scared. I had no idea what was going to happen. How were people going to take it? I had been promoting the same products in the same company for almost 5 years. And now I'm going to start from one thing to the next to talk about this other company that's amazing. I'm like, okay, there was a lot of hate, of course, especially from the people who stayed there. um my clients and people were upset and confused, but nothing stopped me. I was laser focused. I knew this was my time. I was game on. Game on meant no sleep, meant no playing around. It was game on. It was an opportunity to reach as many people as I possibly can. And one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about today is setting goals. Is a very, very important part as a leader. If you really want to have an amazing team, you need to be great at creating and setting goals. Because the thing is, people do not follow words, people follow movement, people follow energy, people follow vision. So if you are clear on your vision, if you are clear on where do you want to go, then people are going to they're going to be drawn to you. If you when you enroll your team on this vision, you create momentum. And that's one of the hardest thing to do, and especially not just to do, because people can create momentum. Right now we are in an amazing momentum because we're in November. This is awesome and everybody's thriving, but creating momentum and consistently continue to keep that momentum going, it depends on your vision. So I want to encourage every one of you, and I'm sorry, Brittany, I'm just gonna throw this at your team. I'm gonna encourage you to, whatever your goal is for this month, just double it. Just be bolder. Just go for more because you can. Okay, so I'm gonna share this with you guys. Last month, I was sitting with Emre and Gochen at the office, and then what's your goal for November? And I say, okay, so we ended up at 5.8 millions of GV last month. And I said, okay, so we're definitely going for 7 millions. And he said, if you do that, you will be way under the the average for of growth from the company. And I'm like, what? That's not gonna happen. So what's your expectation? They said, um, 9 millions. I'm like, I'm going for 10. Okay, if you're telling me that, I'm going for 10. So what did I do on November 1st? I enrolled every single person in my team. This is our goal. They think that if we stay at 9 millions, we're going to be under the average of growth. And we're not just an average team. We are the leading team, and we got to set ourselves up for more. And everybody got excited. Who is willing to double their GV this month? Everyone was excited about it. So as a leader, you create that bar. You want to make it as high as you possibly can. I want to talk about the importance and the difference of the average person and the leaders. The average person will decide to, will wish, oh, I wish I can make double my GV. Oh, I hope I can make it this month. Leaders, true leaders, will commit and honor their word. So I want you to know that if you want to grow in this industry and you want to have amazing results, you have to commit to your goals. You have to make sure those goals scare you. If you're not waking up in the middle of the night thinking, how in the world am I going to make this happen? Then your goal was not big enough. Then you need to take it up a notch, make it a little harder, make it a little bolder, and be clear with the people who are in your team, the people that you want to attract. They're listening, they're watching you. You better be sure that you need to have a clear vision of where do you want to go and where are you taking them. because they will believe you. When you start to grow in your leadership, you also start to grow in your level of influence. So whatever you do, this is a very, I would say, tricky industry because everything here duplicates the good and the bad. So if you have bad habits, guess what? Your team is gonna have bad habits. If you are creating and doing the right things, guess what? Your team is gonna start duplicating and doing the same thing. I'm gonna make an example. So when we first started, I didn't want to talk about products because I was so heavily involved in sales and from my other company. It was like all sales, 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 sales. I didn't really understand and I wasn't familiarized with this products. I didn't have a personal testimony so that I could feel comfortable sharing. But at the same time, I started promoting what I felt comfortable with, which was the business. The business was the thing that the company was the one that was my product. So I started promoting that as my product and I started growing my team. If you're starting, I don't know who's here starting. I mean, you're all new, but if you're just recently joined, I would highly suggest to focus on building a team. But at the same time, because it wasn't until I decided, okay, so I'm ready. I'm gonna start promoting the products because I had started taking them. And I created a culture within my team. Every single person in my team drinks the morning glow. I don't know if you've seen me promote it, but I promote it every day. I drink it every single day. I show everything on my stories. I've done reels with it. We promote it. So who becomes your number one customer? Your team, your partners. They're your number one customers. You need to promote the products, but for that to happen, you have to be a product of the product. You need to start taking the products every day, showing them how to use it. Um, you also have to, how do you say that? Like teach them how to, like every time I'm going to share some strategies that we do. Every time we have a sale, what do? We have a core team. Like my core team and I will get together. So this is the what came out. How are we gonna help them sell this faster? So we create flyers and combos, and we make a little call. So okay, it's go time. This is the new sale. This is how we're gonna sell it. These are the flyers that we're gonna use. This is the wording that you could use, and we give them tools for them to go out and take the best advantage of that they can from every offer that we get, especially this month, right? So that helps us a lot as a team. But at the same time, is imagine if every single person in your team consumes and buys all the products that they're currently using at their household, but now they're buying it from their company, from their own company. um, it will be so easy to re-rank every rank. If you have 10 people in your team and those 10 people have 10 people and they're all buying their products, they're all activating their accounts the first 3 days of the month, then you got your re-rank. I'm going to share another strategy that we're doing this month. This month, we decided to re-rank all of us by the 23rd. So we're treating this week as the last week of the month. Every single person in the team is working to close the month by the 23rd. So doing the re-rank by the 23rd. So imagine what does that do? You have the best week ahead of you to continue to grow your check, to keep ranking up, to help other people in your team. So we create these strategies and we do incentives and we do a lot of things to help them see something that's possible. And I'm going to give you a little secret about why that works so well, especially when you're trying to go for a rank up. Is there anyone here who's trying to rank up? Brittany, are you trying to rank up?
Yes,
Ashley,
always. I think
always.
everyone is. Yeah.
But there's a difference
I
when
know.
you when you want to and when you're decided to, right? So your mind works mysteriously, but it works better and faster and it's more comfortable when you give it a goal that it's familiar with. It's that they've done before. Like let's just say, Brittany, you're VP, correct? So in your mind, it would be easier to set a goal to go for VP by, I don't know. I'm putting my example. For me, it's easier to put a goal of hitting um, boss by the 23rd because I've done it already 6 months in a row. I know how it's done. I know I can do it. My brain is telling me, hey, you can do this, girl. Let's go. But if I go for executive boss, I might feel like, oh Jesus, I'm not ready. I don't have a team. I don't have this. I don't have that. But I'm tricking my mind. I'm telling my mind to go for something known, just making it a little faster so that I can have more time to go for that other one. And I won't feel that like the challenge is so huge. So if you have a goal this month of hitting or ranking up, make sure you're re-ranking now so you have enough time. Is anyone here already re-ranked for the month? Ashley, good job. Courtney, Katie, awesome. Good for you, girls. So now, what's your goal this month? Ranking up, growing the check. I'm gonna share something with you, but you need to. It can only be here among the 27 of us. Just kidding. You can share. I'm gonna share what my check looks like today. Okay? Only because I want you to know that you are in the best company, that there is nothing better out there than pharmacy, that the possibilities here are absolutely endless, that I made in this 1 year and 4 months way more than I did in my previous company in almost 5 years. So watch. I'm going to take this off so you can see it. And as of today, we're still VP. So this check is as VP because I still have one more leg to go. This will be my check today. And guess what? That's going to triple. This month, that's going to triple. I am confident that we're going to surpass the 300,000. I've never done it, but I'm pretty sure I can, and so can you. I want you to know, and that's one of the biggest thing that you need to work on. It's the complete belief that you are in the best company, that you have the best products, that you are in the best team. I have so much respect for Brittany and what she has built, and she's so inspiring. She's going to be one of our guest speakers next week. As a matter of fact, Brittany, we you are the incentive for our team for every single person who re-ranked by the 23rd. So she will be doing a call for us on the 24th for all of those people who actually re-ranked by the 23rd. Um, so we're so excited to have you as well. So yes, you got to know that you are in the best team. And the reason why I know this is because even though I don't know her that well, is you can feel people's energy and you can feel people's heart. You know when someone's working from the heart. And that is one of the hardest thing to find in this industry because there's so much competition and there's so much this and that. And when you find people like that are leaders that are driven by honesty, I don't want to say the wrong word, and humility, is that a word?
Yes.
Right? I hope I'm using the right one. Okay. And on heart, guess what? People feel it. And I have to say that it's one of the feedbacks that I get a lot from my team is knowing that you're not as a leader, you're not always supposed to say what people want you to say, but what they actually need to hear. And sometimes those conversations are very difficult, but when they're in the right way, it can take you so much farther. And then you just gain more respect out of from your people, from your team. And that has been one of the things that I personally feel that has helped us the most to create leaders that build leaders and bring other leaders. Number one, having a clear vision. That is the number one skill that a leader should learn how to do. You have to know and you have to be able to enroll people on your vision. Because if you make someone feel that they can do this, then that's it. That's all you need. I just signed up right now. I was on a birthday, and there's this girl who owns a boutique. And I'm like, "Ugh, she would be so amazing to do this business." She does like 7 hours of live selling clothes. I'm like, if you only did that in the right company, and I can teach you how to do that. And it took me only like 5 minutes with her. She was like, I'm down. Sign me up. Let's go. And so if you build that confidence of letting people know that they can do this, what's holding them back is the fear of the unknown. What's holding them back is not knowing how to start. And I know that was another one of your questions. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. I'm just trying to trying to give you as much information as I can. Here you go. You said, what systems do you recommend for onboarding new teammates effectively? So for us, it's a little challenging because we recruit a lot of people. We recruit, I mean, a lot. Um, and the one-on-ones are, I feel like, the most effective way of onboarding someone, like having that, connection, that understanding why are they joining. That's ideal. However, when you're bringing 100 people a month or 40 people a month or 50 people a month, it just makes it that much challenging. Yeah, Priscilla alone. It's crazy. So I have a chat for my newbies, and I meet with them every week. I have a separate chat just for them because I want to give them a more personalized attention. I have two assistants who also help me make sure that everyone has everything they need. Because, of course, to build, I mean, our organization has over 90,000 people already. So it will be impossible for me to do it all, for every to handle every single request or concern or issues. So my leaders have developed the skill of being self-sufficient. So they do everything for their teams and they come to me only when it's absolutely necessary. Even though it's still a lot of work, I creating systems is exactly what will duplicate and multiply your business. Okay. It will be impossible if we had not created a system, we could have not done what we've done so far. And so we have calls every single week. It's called, I just started, what do I do now? So we do those calls every single once, I mean, every Tuesday. Oh, today. Every Tuesday, we had one of those calls and we take turns from all the leaders to do the call. And we teach them the basics, Okay, so you just started. What's the number one thing what is the most valuable thing that your new influencer has? The people they know. Because they might not do the business, but you don't know who they know. And it's funny because I've seen that so many times. It happens over and over. You see someone who just did it for fun, but she was, I'm just going to put a case, one of our top leaders now. She was in another company, but her roommate joined Farmasi. And she asked her, please just come with me because if you don't come, if I don't bring a guest, then I can't come in. Because we request that the only way of you coming to the thing is if you brought a guest. So she begged her to come, and she was there just to support her friend. And guess what? She loved it so much that she decided to join. So that other girl is not doing the business anymore, but she is. So she was just for the fun, and she brought an amazing leader to our organization. So the most valuable thing your people have is the people they know. So you want to make sure that they get to contact every single person in that list because you don't know who might be the next top leader in your team. That's one thing. So we teach them how to do their list and contact them the following day. We have a presentation call. This month, we're running opportunity calls every day, every single day, different times, different leaders. We're all sharing, we're all taking turns, but we have opportunity calls every single day this month. We're going to do the same next month because December can be very tricky as well. Um, so we're doing that, and then people who come into that onboarding call, they will invite people. We would tell them, so tomorrow you call and contact every single person on that list, and you're going to invite them to come to our opportunity call. And we have a little system that's definitely working. And so I'm not saying you for you to do that, but create a system that works for you. The Hispanic culture is very different from the English culture. I feel like you guys have such a huge advantage because you have more of an open mind to this business. Um, from Venezuela, I come from Venezuela, so from our Latin American culture, we always thought this is a scam. This is like horrible. That this is like some only like people who fail in life will do this. So imagine coming with that mindset. It's been so challenging for us to kind of like break that limiting belief from our communities and allow them to give it, take the opportunity and give themselves the chance to try. So we have also very intentionally been trying to change the mindset of the culture of the people out there. Hey, doing MLM, it's cool. Joining Farmasi, it's actually the best thing for you to do. And we have built a community that makes people feel welcome. It's empowering. They want to feel part of something. People want to feel part of something. You got to show them that what you have is special and that you have a place for them. Our people feel like they belong. We want them to make them feel like they belong. And that's what I think we have created with the revolution. It's a place where everyone's welcome. And it's been very challenging because we went through a lot in that past year. But it's been very rewarding because that's exactly what we have been um promoting. I'm gonna read some of the questions. I'm sorry. So I've been talking, talking, talking. Um, yeah, thank you for helping me with the translation. Plug them in. There you go. Do you provide wording for them for those messages? Um, um, I feel like every scenario is different. We do give them like examples on how to do it. There's one thing that works for me really well for many weeks. There's always like a resistance. People don't like to feel like they're selling them something, right? Or that they're committed to doing something. So one script that really works for us is, I'm trying to translate this, okay? Um, let's just say that you're going to talk to, I don't know, your uncle. So uncle, I just joined a new venture, or I just started a new venture or a company or business. And you are one of the persons that I admire the most, that I respect the most. It will mean the world to me if you can join this opportunity or this call that I'm going to have tomorrow so you can give me a feedback on what you think about this. So the fact that you're not telling them to join, you just want their feedback. So it's, and you're telling them they're the most respected person for you. So they're like, now they feel like they have to. I mean, now you're telling them that you respect them so much because they are the most successful person that they know, and it will mean the world to them to just listen and give them a feedback. And a lot of times they just fall in love with it. I'm like, all right, I love everything I heard, or it's too good to be true, or give me more information. So that always helps. And when it's in many cases, it's I tell people that it's just like you have to connect first because when people join, they're so excited and they just want to okay they're gonna they broadcast, I just joined Farmasi, does anybody want to join my team? Don't do that, that's crazy, but a lot of people do it. I'm like, don't do that, do not broadcast a message, call and or text every single person you know one by one, and number one, connect with them. If you haven't heard from, I don't know, your friend from high school for 10 years, don't just try to sell them on something. Hey, find out what's up with them. I have learned in this journey that the best way of getting people to actually hear what you're doing is first get genuinely interested in what they're doing. So when I'm I do a lot of networking. I have done all kinds of classes and courses and personal development and Tony Robbins and everything you can imagine. And every time I get, oh, did you lose me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. My signal sucks. So every time I wanna that I have an opportunity to talk to someone, the first thing I do is like, so what do you do? And I ask them so many questions about them. They have no other choice but to ask them, what about you? What do you do? So, hey, you asked me. I'm here for you, baby. But you have them ask you. And the way you do that is by asking them first. Genuinely. Oh, so you have 4 kids, and how old are them? Oh, really? Oh my God, I can't believe it. Blah, blah, blah. And then you start talking, and then that's so amazing. And then you'll find those people who will never stop talking about them. And and that's okay. The more you have them talk about themselves, the more tools you will have to offer your opportunity from a place of need. I mean, from a place of, how would I say that? To try to cover one of their needs. I don't know how to phrase it, but yeah.
So, Jackie, I have a question though. What do you say when someone asks you what you do for your business? When they're like, "Yeah, I'm this." So what do you do? How do you answer that? Because, like as you said, MLM can turn people off right away, but also that is what we do. Like, what is your answer?
Okay, I have many answers, but I
Depending
recently
on
was
who you're talking to, essentially.
yeah, depending on the environment and where, but just recently I got invited to this. I go to every single networking event that I get invited to, every single one of them, because I was the one that would avoid anything that had to do with other people. I hated other people. I was like not a people person. I was like, I don't even like to be on the phone. Imagine all the things that I have to break through in my life to be here. So now that every time I get invited, I will definitely be there. And they said they gave us an opportunity to talk. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? So I'm like, all right, so what do I do? How do I say this to make this feel engaging? And I'm like, so I said, well, I help other people become millionaires and by and making them look as their best. And it created so much traction. I'm like, what do you mean making them million? How do you make them millionaires? I'm like, well, I made about $2 million in a year, and I just teach people how to do the same. Like, how? Like, just selling the products, their beauty products and nutrition products that we use. So it got a lot of traction. I've done it differently before. Um, but definitely one thing that has helped me too is to really break on that limiting belief of like, I was so ashamed of saying that I was a networker. Like, how do I say that? I'm an engineer. I went to college. I actually have a degree in engineering. I have I'm a chef. I was an actress for years. I have so many titles, and I felt like, oh, this is gonna be like how do I say I'm a networker? I'm like, I say that so proudly. I'm like, I am a networker and I am a freaking badass at doing this. Do you want to learn more? It's and let me tell you this. I want you to remember, and this is something your team will duplicate. Be bold when you're offering your business. Talk about the possibilities of this business, even though you're not there yet. It doesn't matter. When I first started, obviously I didn't have a check or a title or experience, but I talked about all the other people who were making it big. I saw myself there without even knowing how to get there. And my conviction, and this is I'm going back to my 6 years ago when I first joined and I told you I did this 100 list of people, blah, blah, blah. I I was so convinced that I was going to become a millionaire. I didn't know how, but I knew there were people. They showed me a wall of people who had become millionaires, and I did the homework. I'm like, and who's that person? How did she become a millionaire? And I started studying all these testimonies, and I'm like, damn, I mean, they're just regular people like me. They just learned. They did it before. I'm no dumb. I can learn whatever they learned. So I had a conviction that I was going to be a millionaire from day one. I would say, so this was my pitch for my close friends. I'm like, okay, so I found this business and we're going to be millionaires. And they would tell me, and what? How? I have no idea. But I know that there are other people getting rich at doing this, and I want you to learn with me. I don't want to do it alone. I want to do it with you. And they're like, all right, let's do it. I don't know. There was something about my level of conviction that convinced them. I don't know exactly what it was, but I was so freaking convinced that this was my lottery ticket. I had no plan Z. I had burned all how do you say that? The ships.
Yep.
And this was my plan A, B, C, or D. I did not want to stop being a present mother for my 3-year-old daughter. So if I had to learn how to sell, then I'll learn how to sell. If I have to talk on the phone, which I hated talking on the phone for hours, then I will learn how to talk the phone for hours. If I have to, I learn how to do tutorials for hair. I used, imagine this, a girl who used Head and Shoulders for 20 years because it had so much dandruff, who had never took care of her hair, to now be promoting hair care. And I was like, I don't even know what's the difference between a mask and a conditioner. What the heck? What are you talking to me about? So none of those things stopped me. And I was so convinced that I was going to make it to the top. People just believed me. And they said, okay, let's do it together. I'm ready to learn. Let's go. That will always take you to the finish line. And this is the other thing I wanted you to know. From those 90 people who said no to me, guess what? 3 months later, a year later, 5 years later, decided to join. They said no, they were not ready. One of those people was Gabby Espino. She said no to us. She was like, no, 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 I'm not ready. It wasn't her time. But when Farmasi came along, she was like, okay, I'm in. Now I'm ready. I'm in a different stage of my life. It's a different season. I'm ready to do this. So you never know. So go plant all the seeds you possibly can, because guess what? A lot of those people came back to me and said, a lot of people have been sharing this opportunity, but you were the first one who brought it to me. So I want to honor you and I want to give you the opportunity. So it does make a big difference if you take that first step. If you stop worrying about what they're gonna say and know it's already given. What if they say yes? What if it works out? What if you just really talk, that next conversation will take you to the place that you dream about, that you deserve. So definitely having that belief in yourself will help you get to every single one of the or achieve every single one of the goals that you have. But being a leader who set goals is the most important thing. So I hope that all of you guys already have a very clear goal of what you want your life to look like in the next year. What your check is going to look like. If you have clarity, if you have a set goal, then your people will have clarity. They will have a clear path to walk to. But not having a goal is like, I don't know, taking would you ever take an airplane? Like if let's just say that you're going, I don't know, to LA and you buy your tickets and you get to the airport and then when you hit the gate it says uh, destination wherever the winds will take us. Like I'm not getting on that plane. I want to make sure that I'm getting on the plane that's going to take me where I want to go. So if you don't have a set goal, then you're not attracting the right people. You're not letting your team know where you're headed. So they don't know where they're headed. They're unsure. That certainty of knowing where you want to go, of knowing what you deserve, it doesn't matter how long it takes, you're going to take it. That energy, that conviction, that belief will take you so far. It will make your dreams, all of them, come true. I can assure you that I have a lot of dreams to still to come true, but I am so grateful for everything that this industry has given me and the opportunity to meet amazing people like you girls. I don't know if there's guys here, but you all. Brittany, do you have any other questions? I don't know if I talked a
You
lot.
that so amazing because for me too because I definitely know I play it safe. I play it safe with my goals because and I can say it's like just being scared of not reaching them. Even from the day I joined, I was like I told everyone emerald within a year and then we did it within 5 days. And then even now you were right. My goal is like to maintain vice president because saying president is scary. What would you say?
No, no, no. I'm sorry, but I'm challenging you two. You're so ready. We want you on that wall. We want to cheer on for you.
How do you have you like where so every month you're saying these scary goals and so I think what I need to know, like when, and if you don't make you're okay. You're like, I'm still going to do it because it's going to happen someday. It just didn't happen this month. Like, I guess that's like, what do you say, like, when you have a goal that you're still pushing yourself and so scary that it's okay not to make it that month, right? Like, I think that's where I'm telling myself. I know I tell that to the girls and the team, but sometimes it's easier, to say it to someone else. Like, it's okay. Like, 1 month doesn't define you, but I'm thinking, like, to myself, you just do it and you push towards it. And I think that was like just really eye opening to me. I'm like, your story, and I don't, you told us that bronze leadership, maybe you can tell them and we can end with that, was the month you decided to go for boss. And I think that would be really good because that has stuck with me on like, you just owned it and your belief is palpable. You can feel it. I think anyone that you're like, I am determined no matter what. And I think that's incredibly inspiring.
Thank you, Brittany. I'm going to share the story, but before I do that, I want you to know that you are so ready, that you are way more powerful than you give yourself credit for, and that's why you have such an amazing team here to back you up. But it's time to step out of your comfort zone and push yourself to go for more because you're ready. And if it doesn't happen, it's okay. It's okay. As long as you give it your all and you're working until 11:59 on November 30th and you're giving it your very best, then you will feel the fulfillment of getting closer to your goal. But if you play it safe, then you're not going to see any growth. You have to stretch yourself, push yourself a little more. And guess what? You're going to get your team to stretch up even more. Because if you want to get to president, I'm sure you need a lot of you girls here to go for higher ranks. But that community, so I'm going to tell you the story about when I decided to go for boss in May. So for me to go to get to boss, I needed to do 30 directors. And I had been president for 2 months. That was my third month as president. And I was so scared because it was so difficult to build those 20 legs. It was super challenging. And I'm like, so how in the world I'm barely making the 20 directors, like at the end of the month, like scratching the surface. Like, okay, so how am I gonna make 10 new directors in 1 month? It's taking me like 10 months to build 20. How am I gonna find 10 in 1 month? It seemed impossible to me. But guess what? I said, I'm gonna make it happen. It's gonna happen. I don't know how, but it's gonna happen. So when I decided to go for it with all of my fears and everything, all my limiting beliefs, I still said no, May 1st. I told every single one in my team, we're going to be a boss team. And I did all kinds of incentives and I enrolled in that vision, on that goal. And that goal was so powerful. Every single person in my team felt like they were responsible to make this happen. And it was just beautiful to see the level of commitment. I had people from Instagram writing to me. I'm like, hey, we really want you to achieve this goal. Let us know if we can do an order. Just people on the 31st of May texting me, line 20, line 10, line everything. Jackie, let us know, is there any purchase that I can make to contribute? Who needs points? I'm willing to make a purchase. Over 10 messages from people wanting to make this happen. They were asking me every day, how are we going? How are we making this happen? So that's what we did this month. We're gonna make it to 10 millions. We're gonna make it to 10 millions and we're gonna make it and we're gonna re-rank by the 23rd. So everyone is enrolled in that vision. We might not make it to the 10 millions, but guess what? However close we get, it's money in their bank accounts. It's a stretch on their leadership. They're growing, they're making money, they're allowing people to grow. And that's what we're here for. It's not about a rank. It's about you becoming the person who you're meant to be. And just really, really focusing on that process. Obviously, we want the result because we work really hard and that also means money, but stop focusing about having to achieve or maybe I know what you're feeling because I felt it too, especially for this executive boss. Such a huge stretch. It's 204, it's like literally doubling what we have built so far. And it is scary to commit to something that you don't feel sure about. So this month I was gonna do it for, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do my big announcement. We're gonna go to executive bosses this month. But then I had those serious conversations with my key people, and they were like, Jackie, don't count on me. I'm not ready. I'm God. Okay. So with those two people that are that I need them to grow, they said, but we're gonna do it in December. Okay, so let's go for December. So I'm building the rest of the team that I need to build, and we're gonna go for it in December, which is one of the most challenging months I don't know. We're gonna
As
do this.
long as you go to sleep proud that you did everything you could, that's what you do. I know I said that was the last one, but I saw Amanda's question, and and I want it to be addressed. I know we talked a little bit about this at leadership, but she says I want to build up my team community, and it's like pulling teeth to even get them to message back on a topic, pharmacy or not, in the team chat. Oh, hold on. Any tips to build the engagement within the team when starting? She said to get them to run, like you discussed, going for goals, struggling to get them to engage at all. She's like, I'm hesitant to add newbies to it because it's so quiet there and isn't the vibe she wants them to start with. So I kind of advise her, I was like, maybe it's time to start a new chat with people that are running, opt in, because as we know, it's going to be easier to bring in new than raise the dead. But what would be your feedback to that?
Okay, so I kind of went through that stage as well, like at the middle of this month, this year, and I started implementing something that has been working so amazingly for me, and all my top leaders are duplicating it with their teams, and the results have been outstanding. I created a chat with my top leaders, platinum and below, right? So platinums and below and 15 percentage, like people who are really going for director or they really are in it to win it. So I created that new chat and I call it uh boss stars, something like that in Spanish. And so I do a daily call, a 20-30 minute call every single day, Monday through Saturday. The first month I did it only for my direct people. The following month, I decided to allow those people to add their top leaders as well. They're 15% and above. And the result on that is like literally the chat that was dead was now on fire. The community and the people got so much closer. They were sharing their struggles. They were sharing. It's a different mentality because they're all running for more. They're all running for director, for gold, for platinum. The reason why I kept it platinum and below is because my emeralds and above are they already have huge teams and they're doing it with their own teams.
Mhm.
Um, and that helped me so much to really get those people who are still in it to win it. They're still engaged, but they're just afraid. They don't want to be the only ones talking on the chat. Then you give them a reason. I know it's a huge commitment, and I do it every day at 8:30 in the morning. Once I drop off my daughter from school, I connect with them for 20-30 minutes, and it has been unbelievable. The engagement, the level of connection that we have built. I mean, we see each other every single morning, every day. I do a lot of affirmations. I want to make sure that they're in the right mindset so they can attack the day with the right attitude and with the right energy. And it's given us a lot of good stuff. So I would highly suggest you to start doing that, Amanda. If you can, find what works best for you for your lifestyle. It could be in the morning, it could be at night, it could be whatever time you possibly can commit to.
You're not the first top leader to suggest that too. So there has to be something to it, something about the intimacy, community, and they've even, and that people like just know that that's something they can count on. And so if now hearing it, I'm like, okay, she's like the third person that I heard that it works. So
It
because I,
works.
yeah. And you just said, like, to me, I think I'm like, oh my gosh, that's such a big commitment. But like you said, when you drop the kids off at school, 20 minutes. What else would I be doing? Jumping on TikTok? Well, so like just find a time. So I love that. Feels more connected and people can open up. Jackie, thank you so, so much for taking the time tonight. I feel so inspired and you gave us like a wealth. Like, I can't wait to send this out to the girls that didn't make it. We really appreciate taking the time. And I am really excited. Wait, okay, how close are you to 10 million right now?
We just hit 4 millions
Oh,
yesterday.
you're going to be able to do this. You're going to,
Uh,
I'm excited. That's going to happen.
well, you better be sure that I will leave my soul to make sure we get as
I
close.
feel like it with everything. Black Friday, you've got it. Yeah, tomorrow, oh my gosh. Save some stuff for our team, okay? Tell them to go.
We will
Thank-
try.
I'll see you though on Monday and we will chat soon. Love you. Thank you so, so much. Have a good night, girls. Bye.
Bye bye.